Borrowing dollars to defend Naira will not solve forex crisis. Professor Owaleke calls for a Buy Nigerian Law. What is a Buy Nigerian Law? A Buy Law of Nigeria. I need to understand what it is, man. But I know that what CBN and federal government is doing, whatever, whether it's economic team or I don't know what they have is doing, is not correct. And that is trying to inject raw dollar into circulation to be able to control the exchange rate. That is not what will help Naira to survive, I tell you the truth. All other economic indices are at zero. So what is doing is temporary measure that does not stand the test of time. I tell you, when they did that last month, they sent a panic wave into the financial market, into the forex market, and people did panic sales and panic buying. That was what made it look like it was making effect. But just after a week or two, the dollar that was injected into the economy fizzled out, and then the system came back to status quo. As of today, it's almost 1,500 naira to $1 to £1, and 1,100 naira to $1 in the parallel market. Is that not very bad? Yeah? Isn't that very bad? So I don't trust whatever they are doing. That is it. But let's dive into the details to hear exactly what this professor is saying. The professor of finance and capital market studies, Uche Owaleke, who is one of the leading experts on the Nigerian economy, has expressed worry about the approach adopted by the federal government to solve Nigerian foreign exchange crisis. Owaleke said the supply side approach, which involved borrowing in dollars to defend the Naira from crashing further, is not a holistic approach to the country's forex crisis. The professor, who is also the president of the Association of Capital Market Academics of Nigeria, in response to solutions to the depreciation of the Naira, told the Whistler that the supply side approach adopted by the Central Bank of Nigeria will not have a significant effect on the Naira so long as Nigerians do not consume made in Nigerian goods. That is just one part of it. We are not in manufacturing. We are not in anything. We are importing and consuming. We are borrowing and consuming. We are not investing. All what they call it, all business infrastructures in Nigeria, they're all dead. So what else? This is a very serious one. Owaleke said it goes without saying that export-based diversification, export-based diversification remains the only sustainable solution to the present forex crisis. The current strategy of the government appears to focus on the supply side, involving borrowing dollar to improve liquidity in the near term, but it may not record any significant success except the unbridled demand for forex is dealt with. So to curb the demand pressure, I suggest the government should compel a change in consumption behavior by enacting a Buy Nigerian Law akin to Buy American Act of 1933, and recently the Build America, but America Act of Buy America Act of 2021. So in May 2018, CBN and People Bank of China signed a currency swap deal valued at renminbi 16 billion renminbi, which is about 2.5 billion naira. The currency swap deals was signed by Godwin Emefiele and former CBN governor. The former CBN governor. So the swap took effect in July 2018 and expired in July 2021 and was renewed by the CBN. So according to a report which quoted the Apex Bank, since its renewal, Chinese yen 9 billion Chinese yen has been drawn, 6 billion Chinese yen utilized, and 3 billion Chinese yen outstanding. So out of the 6 billion Chinese yen utilized, the sum of 5.1 billion yen had been repaid, while the sum of 2.1 billion yen had not been utilized, leaving the sum of 900 million yen yet to be repaid. So the next renewal is expected to take place in 2024, CBI said. So Waleke said Nigeria's import data support revisiting and scaling up the CBS currency swap deal with the People's Bank of China. So given the bulk of Nigeria's imports are from China, it stands to reason, therefore, to explore ways of bypassing the dollars and settling these transactions in the yen. This was the idea behind the currency swap with China, which was largely inadequate in size. So in order to increase the stock of yuan in our external reserves, Nigeria can issue panda bonds, which are bonds denominated in the Chinese yuan and are considered cheaper than euro bonds. Okay, so what is happening here is that borrowing Naira to support, borrowing dollar to support Naira will not work. It's all about buy Nigerian law. Okay, so to buy Nigerian law is a law that will make or compare Nigerians to buy made in Nigerian commodities rather than buying imported commodities from other countries. Okay, and this is akin to the Buy American law that America has put in place and grew America. Okay, so but what we are seeing here, will the government listen, apart from Buy Nigerian law, because even if what you want to buy, you should be able to produce it. Right now, the manufacturing sector, the production capability of Nigeria is in comatose. The reason being that, one, there is no electricity, there's no steady power for production, the exchange rate is bad, and then the source of raw materials, and then a lot of things are bad. The economic nature of Nigeria is bad. The roads are not good to move raw materials, and at the same time, the the security system of the country is also very terrible and so bad that there's obviously nothing, even the so-called Buy Nigeria, who is going to produce it? Where are the resources and infrastructure needed to produce them? It's not going to be easy. So there are several things that are affecting the Naira as we speak. And government need to be very, very deliberate in solving our economic problems, ranging from improving manufacturing, improving electricity, improving security, improving road network, improving all other amenities or infrastructure that are needed for Nigeria to drift from consumption to production and manufacturing. Until we do that, I think we'll just be playing. Okay, so even if you set up the Buy Nigerian law, what are you buying, and how is what you are buying going to be produced? All the infrastructures needed for that production or other manufacturing need to be in place. The manufacturing would have taken place for a few years, and we are properly guaranteed of availability of those products. So that is what this Professor Waleke is saying, but I think there's more to it than just putting a law called Buy Nigerian Law. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comments.